Hello and welcome to Frontrunner Motorsport and another race in the Let's Watch Formula E series, looking at the second New York E-Prix from Season 3 back in 2017. Sam Bird pretty much dominated the first race in New York. Can he do it again in the second? And will Lucas di Grassi make up even more points on the absent Sebastian Buemi? And how will Pierre Gasly do in what is his second and final Formula E race? Same grid as last time, obviously. So with that, make sure you subscribe to the channel and watch the Let's Watch Formula E playlist. And then we'll jump into the video.
And away they go for race 2 of the Qualcomm New York City E-Prix, and already drivers are mixing it up on the clean line.
And you saw it right there, exactly as yesterday. The guy in second position had a big advantage. We've seen a bit of a crash. You hear the carbon fibre braking. That's the sound of dollar bills being set fire to.
Tom Dillman went right up the inside, through at the very narrowest part of the hairpin as everybody's got blocked on the outside, but it looks like one of the Cheetah cars is dragging bodywork, and then it might be Jean-Eric Vergne.
I believe it is. Jev has something hanging off the side of the car. More bumping and pushing as they go through that tight corner.
Yeah, there you go, the wheel pod on Jev's car, and the back right of Jev's car, that is, he'll probably have to come in and have that replaced if he wants to actually have any kind of result in the race. Then he needs a safety car to get back in contention. We see some bump in there again, the DS Virgin car.
Heidfeld jumped through in the red and white Mahindra car.
We've got a problem, one of the Abt cars going slow.
If that's di Grassi, it's not di Grassi.
No,
there is di Grassi. It's Daniel Abt, unbelievably.
The man with no luck at all.
Heartbreaking finish yesterday. He started on the front row, ran among the front runners, and with 1 lap to go, the car failed him.
Rosenqvist with the lead.
Great start.
And that's Daniel Abt, and that might save them a little bit of energy because that car is right in the middle of the road, Dario. That's almost guaranteed safety car.
Yeah, rather than even a full course yellow, yeah. It's got to be. I think there's got to be a safety car with that one to come and get it. And
we'll apologise in advance for Jean-Eric Vergne's language if we hear the radio, because he has been handed a drive-through and get your car replaced flag.
Bit of defending already by Antonio Felix da Costa, defending from Loic Duval. Antonio Felix da Costa was in the Andretti car ahead there.
We saw Daniel Abt moving once again, so perhaps we can avoid a yellow flag in this situation.
Yeah. So Daniel Abt's weekend couldn't have gone much worse until it did. There was a lot of contact on that first lap, lots of bumping and boring. Luckily, by the looks of it, only Daniel Abt has suffered some kind of failure with his car. He seems to have got going again, but I don't know if he's going to carry on or switch to the second car at this point. But other than that, we have the Mahindras and the Virgins up front again. And Lucas di Grassi is not too far down, but he is still kind of in the middle of the pack. So we're going to have to see how he does in this race.
Deal now is get in the second car and try and get the point for the Visa fast lap.
Oliver Turvey defending fairly heavily already into turn 2.
Working lap number 5 of 49. Felix Rosenqvist trying to stay alive in the championship. He must win the race to do that, being chased by Sam Bird, who is in the exact same situation in the points. Then Nick Heidfeld, who's already been eliminated. Pierre Gasly making his weekend debut in Formula E. A 21-year-old Frenchman. Maro Engel, Oliver Turvey, Tom Dillman, Lucas di Grassi, Nico Prost, and Mitch Evans, the top 10.
You see Dillman defending heavily against di Grassi. This is very early in the race to be doing that. And obviously he's lifting and coasting a bit on the straight, and that is making him open to get it overtaken. Now, you know what tends to happen is you lift on the straight to save energy, but then you make up the speed and the time in the corner, so you're swapping straight line speed for entry and mid-corner speed. It's very, very difficult to do.
So we've lost, well, we haven't lost, but a couple of drivers have had to pit with damage. Jean-Eric Vergne really being the biggest name. Kind of a shame to lose him from the top of the field because he really gets stuck in. But it does mean Pierre Gasly is currently in 4th, right on the edges of a podium, which really is a fantastic job from the Frenchman, who at this point in his career was still very, very young and not even a Formula 1 driver at that point. Other than that, Lucas di Grassi still stuck in the pack. He's 8th behind Tom Dillman, not making much progress. I think he might make another pace because I think someone in front of him has some damage and might have to come in. And Sam Bird is right behind Felix Rosenqvist. Those two really are the form drivers at this point. Apart from Rosenqvist's spin in race 1, he's been amazing over the last few races in 2017. Sam Bird obviously won in New York in the first race, did a fantastic job there, and he's right on his tail for the second win. So we'll see how they get on.
Plastic bag or other paper debris just scooped up.
Trying to get it reverse.
Or a bit of Jaguar. It's Mitch Evans trying to find his way out of trouble.
Is the BMS error still there?
Yeah, but I can't get into neutral.
Oh, Mara Engel.
Ran it off the wall, and watch it. The steering's still somewhat. No, it's not somewhat straight, but
Yeah. That's why he lost all those spots and why he came into the pit.
Hold reverse.
Broken steering. So Mitch Evans' BMS, Battery Master System or Management System, that's the whole deal of trying to get the car to move in any way. So he's now Control-Alt-Deleting furiously.
Mitch Evans is in the tech bro.
P2.
yep, and
Reset.
he's in a dangerous spot there. If he sits there much longer, we're having a chat with the race director, and then coming in, the bag has come off Felix Rosenqvist's car. Look at this corner, fastest corner in Formula E, and you can see that oversteer, see the roll from the rear end of the car as it's under all that pressure.
That's
Great
turn
corner.
10.
Yeah, turn 10.
No, it's not working. It's not working.
I think we're going to see probably a full course
Should I
yellow.
assist you to remove the car there, or you make it on your own?
So we're only on lap 8, we're not even a fifth of the way through this race, and we seem to have lost quite a few cars already. Daniel Abt on the first lap obviously sustained some kind of damage and his car stopped. Mara Engels hit the wall, even though it was only a light tap, it's messed up his steering, so he's gone in the pits. And now Mitch Evans has broken down on track. He can't get it started again, so it looks like we're going to get a safety car to get his car out of the way because it's in quite a dangerous place. But I'm surprised this many cars are retiring from mechanical issues so early. They've been pretty bulletproof up to now.
Turvey, Dillman, the whole group
the
here.
racing driver.
That's pretty much the rest of your field. There's Alex Lynn in 14th in the other purple machine. And the man with the least power at the moment, usable power, is Oliver Turvey, who's holding everybody up in 5th place. And that's why, because he's trying to lift and coast and regen as much as he can to get back on the same page. Oh, brave down the inside.
Rosenqvist will try the over-under. Oh, he's going to be passed by his teammate.
Is he? Drag race into
Heidfeld.
7.
Nick Heidfeld, you sneaky devil.
Old age and treachery.
Over youth and enthusiasm every time. Paul Newman's favorite expression.
Let's see if Sam Bird can check out now. It's such confidence right now, such confidence in the car and the team, and certainly in his own abilities.
Okay, head down, save energy.
Go
save
fast.
energy.
Go fast,
Rosenqvist
save
has
energy.
1% more than you.
Jean-Eric Verne with the fastest race lap after that damage that dropped him way to the tail of the field. That's all he can do in the car at the moment, and hope that attrition helps to play into his hands.
He's hoping for a safety car, isn't he? He's hoping for a full reset of the field.
Right.
Look at this move, you can see how he just set him up, and Felix was too late. Felix locked the rears on trying to defend from in 2. Very opportunistic pass by Sam Bird. Very nice.
That could have been a disaster for the Mahindra team.
50, 1-0.
Look at that. The car is snaking on the brakes as those rears start to lock.
He's 1 point.
And Rosenqvist been around the block enough times not to try and turn in, because then they're both out.
Oh yeah.
Can't
Smart
win
boy.
if you shut the door in places like that. Alex.
Sam Bird with an amazing overtake on Felix Rosenqvist. He just sent it. That could have gone really, really badly. The Mahindras almost ended up making contact. Nick Heidfeld did try and sneak past, but Rosenqvist managed to keep on to 2nd. Degrassi is the important player in the championship. He's still in 7th, stuck behind Tom Dillman, and it looks like he's struggling to make progress once again. It's not for the first time this season.
That lead of that little queue of cars.
Degrassi's looking here and he's seeing how far up the road Gasly is. Never mind Heidfeld and Rosenqvist and co. He knows if he's going to make anything happen, he's going to make moves now. He's got to get by Dillman, he's got to get by Turvey, and he's got to get on with the job.
Oh,
Big move,
looking
come on,
down the
up
inside of
inside.
Dillman this time. He's absolutely confirmed. Got alongside, through he goes into 2.
Head down, like Sam Bird's engineer said, head down, save energy, go fast, catch the car in front.
Tell me how many laps I've got left.
1-3.
And we finally see Degrassi make some progress. It was a good move, not quite a Sam Bird move, but a good move nonetheless.
A little bit of debris on the right front corner, just a plastic bag of some kind.
This is his next chance into 1.
But he's got almost a lap on
Here he
Turvey. I
comes,
wonder
here
if
he
he's going
comes.
longer. Great move down the inside. And that leaves Turvey still the stopper in the bottle for the queue in front. His partner
job.
appreciates
Good
that.
job.
Nice 18th green applause there.
Yeah.
7 seconds behind Gasly though. 7.6. It's going to take some catching.
Check out the crowd behind the fences, 4 and 5 deep. The grandstands are full. Another terrific crowd here in New York.
And another move from Degrassi, another good one on Turvey, although Turvey is really struggling on energy. But Degrassi is now up to 5th. He's a long way behind Gasly, nearly 7 or 8 seconds, I think. and even then, even further behind for Mahindras and Sam Bird. So he's got a long way to go in this race. We are nearly at the pit stops. I think within the next 7 or 8 laps we'll be heading to the pits. And the race has quietened down quite a lot. There's not a whole lot of fighting in the midfield, but Turvey and Dillman, they're slowing everyone down behind them. And we've still got Nico Prost to move through yet. So we might get some action, maybe before the pit stops, maybe after.
Funny, isn't it, how from the outside you see the head rattled around, but the brain levels your vision, and so you barely notice it as a driver.
There's a point where you don't, there's a point where you actually cannot see. They haven't reached that point here. In Hong Kong, there was a couple of spots they were literally saying, we cannot see. The wheels are off the ground.
You can clearly see the rubbered-in racing line now.
Nelson Piquet under investigation by the stewards. Oh, big deep lunge.
Oliver Turvey.
Yeah.
Prost got him though. Stay on the inside, you find.
Next
Still
corner
there.
is a left-hander.
Still there.
Yeah,
But Prost is on the dirty part of the track when he hits the brakes.
But he braked early enough. He did what Felix Rosenqvist didn't do yesterday. He braked early enough.
C'est bien Nico, beau boulot. On sera sur une target 1.10 au prochain tour.
Good job they're saying. And
Merci
giving him his
Dillman,
below, yeah.
Dillman crossed up into 5. First pass we've seen it in 5 all weekend.
The huge rooster tail of dust off the dirty part of the racetrack as he did it.
And right behind Stefan Sarazan in the black and gold car. Turvey's in trouble.
It really is.
Well, he had the lowest usable energy in the car, didn't he? So he was having to lift and coast. And there's a change. That's Duval has just gone by Da Costa. So that is for 11th.
It's literally a traffic jam from Prost all the way back.
That was not Duval, that was D'Ambrosio retaking 10th place from Da Costa, in fact. I think Felix had got alongside him.
Was that the Jagger? Massive
Whoa!
sideways.
Yikes!
Massive. Scared the cameraman there.
When the scenery is going right to left in front of your visor, you know you've got an issue.
He was going fast enough.
Adam Carroll having all kinds of excitement.
Adam Carroll's parents are here this weekend. I saw them in the catering area. They haven't had much to cheer about, but I'm sure they're proud of their man driving for Panasonic Jaguar.
He's up to P14, and if he can hang on to it, he'll be looking good.
And Sarazan just got by Turvey as well into turn 2, so he's picked up a spot up to 8th place.
Everything's gone a bit mental before the pit stops have even happened. Oliver Turvey has sunk like a stone. Nico Prost made a very deep lunge on him at the hairpin, and in the next couple of laps he's lost 3 or 4 more places. He's now behind Stefan Sarazan. We've seen a Jaguar sliding sideways. We've seen Jean-Eric Vergne make a few overtakes. He was 17th after he had to come in and pit to remove a piece of broken bodywork. He's now climbed back up to 13th. So there's plenty of things going on, and we still have, I think, 6 laps until the pit stops.
Which rhymes with slow burn, which may be what the Frenchman is doing right now.
26.79.
Getting a lot of radio chatter.
Brake bias 1 turn forwards, brake bias 1 turn forwards. Laps on dash 25. Laps on dash 25.
Yep, we roger that. 25 laps to go. 25 in. We're working lap 25.
What was Techeetah thinking?
I don't know. And again, you know,
puzzled on that
they
one.
had such a positive day yesterday. And how can they not have thought we're going to run out of full course
I
yellow?
understand with Jean-Eric Vergne a bit, but Sarazan was right up there.
No,
It's the basic 101.
We got the pit stops a little bit early because Alex Lynn broke down on track, and we got another full course yellow. That gave everyone the chance to dive in the pits, with the exception of the Techeetahs and Frines. The Techeetahs left it late, the full course yellow ended, and they've dropped down to the back of the field once again. They are 15th and 16th, so they have some places to make up, but it could be worse. There's quite a lot of cars already out of this race. Sam Bird still leads from the Mahindras. Lucas Di Grassi is still in 5th, or possibly 6th, because I think he's behind Frines at the moment, but Frines needs to pit. So still all to play for, but there are some really big gaps. We could have done with a safety car, really.
Tumbling down the order. Let me correct something I said a moment ago. You cannot use fan boost to set the Visa fast lap.
We see Robin Francis pit stop in the Andretti pit.
Again, same deal as it was with all the others, that 47 seconds to make sure that the belts are done. Let's take a look at Jerome D'Ambrosio.
From a long way back. Wow. And then he's trying to stop. Oh, wow. No. And he's hit the rear wing. Has he hit the rear wing or not?
It looked like it.
That was identical to the Felix Rosenqvist incident yesterday. Let's see. Did he get the wing?
I tell you what did happen.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
Lloyd Duval got a free spot because he sneaked through in front.
I think he's okay. That wing does not look damaged. Another tough day for the Dragon boys and J-Pen.
D'Ambrosio doing the exact same thing Felix Rosenqvist did in the first race at New York, but seemingly so far getting away with it, and Dragon do need some good luck. And currently, even though D'Ambrosio just dropped a couple of places, he is behind Duval and they are 9th and 10th. So this is actually one of the better Dragon races we've seen in 2017 in Season 3. So let's not ruin it now by doing something silly like crashing into the barrier.
On the back of this queue as well, Adam Carroll in the Jaguar, 11th place. There's a point riding on the car in front of him, the black nose car of Jerome D'Ambrosio, so that's where Carroll wants to go.
And he got a point yesterday, Adam Carroll, P10 yesterday, so bit by bit, he's trying his best to get points in that Jaguar, and he's driving very good races. Seems to struggle a little bit in qualifying, but his races have been exemplary. Here we go, look, Duval. Oh no, trying to muscle. Oh wow, it worked.
Yeah.
I didn't see that. He might get a little interview with the stewards after that. He kind of muscled him a bit, didn't he?
Isn't that what Antonio tried to do down into turn 1 yesterday as well?
Oh yeah.
Overly shut the door.
Jay Penske looking on. Team principal of Faraday Future Dragon Racing.
Going to be happy with that one. They both got past.
This battle between Antonio Felix da Costa's Andretti and the two Dragon cars really is the best battle on track right now. And Duval has muscled his way past Felix da Costa at last, and D'Ambrosio has got past as well. So it was a good move for the Dragons, and they're both currently in the points.
This is basically the same kind of race that we saw unfold 4 weeks ago in Berlin, when the Mahindras, and in that case, Sebastian Buemi in the Renault Edems car, were just streaks ahead of everybody else. Just opened a big gap at the Tempelhof Airport circuit and simply motored away at their leisure.
It says a lot about the development Mahindra have done, because yeah, one lap pace, we've talked about it. One lap pace is one thing, but to actually, there we go, today, let's do it. To have the pace to be up in the race and to be consistently fast enough to be running there, very, very impressive.
Oh, Heidfeld goes through past Rosenqvist.
Wow.
Change for second.
14.79.
Strange move from Mahindra, because Rosenqvist is the car going for the championship. He technically is still in championship contention, and if he still has a chance, then there's a chance. But maybe they're letting Heidfeld through to maybe put some pressure on Sandberg, and they'll just switch him back later. The race has quietened down quite a lot now. There are some really big gaps in the field. Prost and Degrassi are fighting for fourth or fifth, and we have Pierre Gasly doing a fantastic job. It's been a quiet race for him, but he's in 4th. He's a long way behind the top 3, but well ahead of Degrassi and Prost behind him. And we have the likes of Dillman, the Dragons, and Antonio Felix da Costa rounding out the top 10.
That is a problem, because you know Antonio is not scared about making a pass. So
Well, he's had people chucking it up the inside of him all weekend. I'm sure he fancies a bit of a stab at that himself.
actually with the chief steward, Andy Soucek, this weekend, or the driver steward, I'm sorry, they actually had it coming together in a GT race a couple of weeks ago, so they were having a discussion about that the other night.
So that'll be fine.
Well, while we talk about the organization of this fantastic event, not just a race, 2 races, complete with practice and qualifying. I want to thank all the members of the Sports Car Club of America, who are the turn and track marshals for this event. All volunteers travel to New York at their own expense. Couldn't hold the race without them.
Jean-Eric Vergne is trying to make things happen. He was 2 seconds quicker the last lap ahead of Adam Carroll.
So, just 5 laps left, not much has changed, and to be honest, some of the gaps are so big, I don't think we're really going to see any massive changes. The one thing we might see is the Techeetah pushing on into the points. They are, I think, the quickest cars on track, and Sarrazin is just outside the top 10. Vergne is only 13th. They're the ones to watch. They could make things happen. Other than that, I think the result is pretty much set in stone at this point.
Sailing by, sailing way out front. Sandberg lead is now over 5 seconds, 8/10 between Heidfeld and Rosenqvist. Gasly still 4 seconds behind them though.
There's the Dragon Boys. Jerome is looking, he's getting closer to Loic Duval in front of him. This Jerome D'Ambrosio with a black fronted car. You see him and his teammate right ahead, Loic Duval. World Endurance Champion, Le Mans winner. He's won a load of championships.
But a fraction less usable energy. We saw in Berlin, Felix Rosenqvist passed Lucas de Grassi for the lead, courtesy of 1% more usable
There
energy.
you go, there's the move.
Down the inside. Squeezes. These two have been in this situation before.
Too many times before. He didn't leave him any more room.
They race each other hard all the time.
Now, they both, if you're Jay Penske, you want to see them both drive away because that's close enough. Antonio Felix da Costa in that Andretti car is coming on in a hurry.
There's the view. Go away, go away.
Okay, going into turn one, we've got this long left, and as they enter turn one, watch for Antonio Felix da Costa to make this move. Listen to how early he's having to lift. Here comes da Costa. Going to send him the dummy? No, but yeah, there's it. Oh! I mean, that was...
Well, that was
Inelegant.
Guys.
Antonio Felix da Costa moves up. I don't suspect he will finish the race with 9th place points. I think
Understandable
that
anger
was
in the garage, but we apologize for the language.
I think we can call that revenge for earlier.
Is on the last lap. Meanwhile, the Mahindras run second and third. Rosenqvist and Heisfeld.
Sam Bird is 9
Sam.
seconds up the road.
9 seconds clear.
Energy good.
With the same amount of energy. That's a remarkable performance from DS Virgin.
And Sam Bird, it's all about carrying that momentum, how he's done it through the corners and the braking zones, and he's just absolutely nailed it. And the way they've got the car set up, fantastic.
He will become only the second man to win both races in a weekend.
He's not there yet. If you curse him, his mum's going to have a word. You know that.
That's right. His mom is here this weekend. Only Nico Prost has won 2 races on a single weekend. He did it in season 1.
Keep an eye on your energy as you cross the line.
Now Sam Bird is about to accomplish that. He came into the weekend saying, we didn't do as well as we had hoped in the recent doubleheader at Tempelhof Airport in Berlin, but we learned a lot. We think it will pay off here, and what a weekend it's been for DS Virgin with their patron, Sir Richard Branson, on hand. Pole for Alex Lynn on day 1, victory on day 1 and day 2 for Sam Bird, who sweeps New York.
Excellent.
And here come the Mahindra teammates.
Gasly.
And got
Gasly.
Gasly in the middle of it.
In the
Gasly into
wall.
the fence.
And again.
You beauty.
What happened there?
Timing and
Gasly.
scoring shows Rosenqvist, Heidfeld, Gasly in that order.
De Grassi, P5.
I said not much would change, and of course, a lot of things changed. Mostly down the bottom half of the top 10. Jean-Eric Vergne climbed from 13th to 8th in the last couple of laps, which is incredible driving. But it was helped by a few cars getting a bit, let's say, crazy, but I mean contacty. Loic Duval dropped to 13th. But there was a point for Jerome D'Ambrosio, so Dragon did at least get something out of this race. I don't know what happened to Pierre Gasly at the end there. It looks like he just made a really late go for it and then got it all wrong and crashed, luckily on the final bit of the racetrack, so he still crosses the line in 4th. De Grassi in 5th, at least he scored some points for his championship, but Prost in 6th means that Edams have pulled away in the teams, and the big winners out of this whole weekend have to be Sam Bird. 2 wins at New York, incredible driving, what a superstar he was. It's a shame he was never really in championship contention in season 3, because if he was at this point, this was the kind of drive that would launch you into the kind of momentum you need to be champion. And it's a shame Sam Bird, as of season 10, has never gone on to be champion, despite being one of the top runners in Formula E. But that was race 10 of the 3rd season of Formula E, the 2nd New York E-Prix of 2017. And with that in the books, let's check the drivers and team standings. No changes in the team standing. In fact, Edams have pretty much wrapped it up. Ahead of Abt Audi, Mahindra had a much better race, Virgin had an amazing weekend, and Techeetah round out the top 5. Despite not being there, Sebastian Buemi still leads the way in the drivers' standings, but Lucas de Grassi is only 10 points away now. Felix Rosenqvist is 3rd, Sam Bird moves up to 4th ahead of Nico Prost in 5th. That is all for now from Formula E. We'll jump back to the last 2 races of Season 3 at Montreal at some point in the next couple of weeks, and then we'll start Season 4. It's all going pretty fast. We'll be back with more from current day Formula E in 2024. The next round is at Mazzano. That's what I'm talking about. That's in a couple of weeks. We'll have a big Formula E bonanza that weekend. So make sure you check out the Let's Watch Formula E playlist so you can catch up. Thank you very much for watching. Let's hear your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thank you again, and have a good one.